all men and women created by go. You know the thing. I'm among many qualified people. I'm the best qualified person for this job. I'm beginning to see why your wife left you. Why you texting? Why? You're getting nervous, man. COVID has taken this year, just since the outbreak, has taken more than 100 years. Look, here's the lives. I mean, you think about it. You know, the rapidly rising I don't know. I just spoke at Dartmouth on healthcare at the medical school, or not. I guess I wasn't actually on the campus, but the people from the medical school were at the. I want to be clear. I'm not going nuts. I'm not sure whether it was a medical school or where the hell I spoke, but it was on the campus. I propose, and I'm going to digress slightly. We're in a situation. The president asked me to head up a cancer moonshot on another country and annex a significant portion of it called Crimea. He's saying that it was my boss. It was his fault. Guatemala, El Salvador, and to win and say in Honduras and say, look, I took on Putin in terms of Iraq. In terms of what was going on in Ukraine. By strengthening, by investing $100 billion in education, in global warming efforts. It's a whole range of things. We can't afford it by just beginning to treat reward work as much as wealth. Get hot. I got hairy legs that turn blonde in the sun, and the kids used to come up and reach in the pool and rub my leg down so it was straight, and then watch the hair come back up again. If you want to protect yourself, get a double barrel shotgun. Have the shells a 12-gauge shotgun. Don't jump. And look at it. So I learned about roaches. I learned about kids jumping on my lap. And I've loved kids jumping on my lap. To say that LGBTQ people have no
Do you really just say that?
No man has a right to raise a hand to a woman in anger. We have to just change the culture, period, and keep punching at it and punching at it and punching at it. It will be a big, no, I really mean it. And immediately change the law in the state of Delaware protecting transgender people. We have to eliminate the funding gap that exists between minority white and majority white and non-white districts. We have this notion that somehow if you're poor, you cannot do it. Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids. Man, you're hard to keep up with it.
You can that. But after a good workout, gotta drink up.
All right.
Otherwise, we're going to be in trouble with Jill and Michelle.
Just let Michelle know I did do it.
Should I? Same time next week?
Same time next week.
All right.
Three of those guys. I said, no. I said, if we were in high school, I'd take him behind the gym and beat the hell out of him. Corruption. Trump was out there tweeting again this morning. I call him President Tweety. Well, Trump is pursuing a damaging and erratic trade war without any strategy, by the way. This guy is moving to foment hate. For President Trump and the demagogues around the world, if Donald Trump is reelected, he doesn't want to shed light. He wants to generate heat, and he's stoking violence in our cities.
Alright guys, so I put that video up as a parody, a couple clips of Biden being an asshole, and it's supposed to be funny, which it is pretty funny, seeing him completely fail at being a president, but at the same time, I also get this feeling of being appalled. I'm actually offended. And You know, you can be democratic, and obviously if you've seen my channel and you've seen my work, I'm Republican. I'm very right wing, and that's our right as Americans. It doesn't mean that we should hate each other. You know, we all are Americans. We need to find that again. We need to unite, and all all this country wants to do now is separate us and divide us with racial discrimination and all this. Like, we all bleed red. We are all human beings. We all need to unite, because let me tell you something. The other countries, they're gaining strength. They're getting ready. They're watching us tear each other apart, and they're waiting for their perfect moment to strike. And Biden is helping them. Let me tell you a little more information about Biden. Since you guys don't do your homework and you just get indoctrinated and get brainwashed by the fake news, and it is fake. These news channels, guys, they have an agenda. They only cover things that they want you to see. They have an agenda. They want to brainwash you. Okay, look at all of the discrimination. Look at all. They had a FBI task force raid Trump's Plaza's house, and they found nothing compared to what they could find with Biden. Biden's entire family has been paid off by China, by Russia. First off, his son, right now, he's about to blow their entire coup apart, because he had an illegitimate child that we just found out about. That, first off, they wouldn't even let the kid have the name Biden. They paid thousands or hundreds of thousands, whatever, of dollars for the kid to not have the name Biden. Hunter Biden, we're talking about now. And God bless the lady in court, because she's a judge, right? And she's taking him, Hunter Biden, to court as we speak, for child support. This man is rich. This family is rich, and he refuses to pay child support. Come on, this is our president I'm talking about here. His son. This is our president, and he speaks so highly of his son. He's so proud of his crackhead son I've seen, videos of him naked with his laptop, his precious laptop on his lap, with a naked little younger woman sitting next to him, looking like she doesn't even want to be there, like she's scared. This is appalling. This is a disgrace to our democracy in our country. This is tyranny, guys. This is fascism. You guys, it's so funny how the left loves calling us right-wing people fascists and Nazis. But do you guys even know what the definition of fascism is? First off, all right, little history lesson. You want to know how Germany was brainwashed to do what the dirty things they did? The most useful thing that was used to indoctrinate the people to do what they did in Germany? Propaganda and fake news. Look at what they fucking do. Look at the agenda that the news channels have. All they want to do is talk about racial discrimination. They won't cover anything else. They won't cover any other crimes. I saw a story where a girl kicked a soccer ball into somebody's yard, and he pulled out a gun and shot the dad over a soccer ball, and the girl got hit in the face, and it wasn't even covered on the news because the victims were white and the assailant was black. Now, if it was the other way around, the whole nation would fucking rise up. Now, I'm not saying it's wrong no matter what. I love black people. I have friends that are black. I love them. They are good people. I love everybody. And just because I'm a fucking Republican doesn't mean that I'm racist. And you guys need to get that through your fucking head, because at the end of the day, we are all, see, I grew up in a time where the nation had to unite because the Twin Towers were attacked, and our country was at stake, and we united as people, and we were patriots, and we did what we had to do, and we fought. And this guy disgraced America, and he did one of the probably one of the biggest disgraces and mistakes in the world, or that we've in our lifetime, by pulling all of the troops out of nowhere, out of Afghanistan. Do you know how many? All right, here's another couple facts for you guys. Thousands upon the number is, I don't know the exact number, but it's a ridiculous amount of Afghani people, innocent civilians, that helped because they wanted their country to be better. They wanted their country to be safe. They wanted their kids to be able to walk on the street without terrorism. They got murdered and killed because they thought the Americans would protect them. But no, we just up and ran. And we left all of the equipment there. So guess what? Now, here's another statistic for you. There's Humvees. They've got Barrett 50 cal sniper rifles now that were just left there, and 83,000 pairs of night vision goggles. One of the most important things that we used against them was nighttime, being able to see at night. Now, the Afghanis, they are tough people. They have been bred into war. They know it. It's part of their lifestyle, and it's a shame, and I feel bad for them. And my heart goes out to those to the good ones, to the good people in the country. But, these terrorists, now they're armed with night vision, and they know the land and the terrain better than anyone. So there you go. That's another thing Biden wanted to do. I wonder, did that go through his head, or is he just that dumb? You guys are voting for this? Is it that important for you to be a Democrat that you're gonna vote? He's gonna run again, and you're gonna vote for that, dude? I would literally vote for Mr. Hanky on South Park over him. It's ridiculous. And the funny thing is, back when Obama was president, I didn't vote for him because, like I said, I'm Republican, but I actually thought he was a good president. He did things. He did a good job. This guy is a fucking disgrace. His whole family is crooked, and it all boils down to him. He is in bed with China. What about the spy plane that he let float around our country for 5 fucking days before he shot it down? Yeah, okay, he shot it down because, that's what a president's supposed to do. But he should have did it right the fuck away. He let them collect their data, and he knew what he was doing. And he's being paid in his own pockets by that. And guess what, Hunter Biden? Now, like I said, thank the Lord for this lady, and she's a brave woman. Hopefully nothing bad happens to her, because you know how these things go. They have to prove every single cent of Hunter Biden's income for that child, and where he gets his money. And the FBI cannot interfere this time. They can't cover it up for him this time. But so, and here's my thing. With all this going on, don't you think it would be a good idea for a task force to be investigating them? They're not. They're not. It's not part of their agenda because at the end of the day, they'll do anything to stay in office because they're afraid. They see that Americans are starting to realize and they're starting to understand that our values are at stake and our democracy is at stake. They want to take our Second Amendment rights from us to protect ourselves and our own homes. But then you got him sitting here saying if you want to protect yourself, get a 12 gauge shotgun and load it up with a buckshot. He's going against what his people what his people are saying. He openly just said one of the most racist things I've ever seen a fucking president say. If Trump said something like that, you guys would have put him in jail. But he does it, and it's not even covered. It's not even talked about. This is a disgrace, and it's so obvious. It's these guys. The guy lies so much, and he's so old that he can't keep up with his lies. It's so appalling. Like, this video was supposed to be a funny compilation, and I'm sorry because now I'm getting upset, and I'm getting because you know what, like I said, I grew up in a time where we were proud of our country. You know, our founding fathers, they fought for freedom. They fought for us to be able to live our lives the way we wanted, for capitalism, the chance to rise, to be something in life. And you got and this is what this country's turning into. What these Democrats are trying to do are indoctrinate our children, teach them sexual things. First off, a third grader shouldn't be taught anything sexual, let alone something that isn't like. First off, like I said, they shouldn't be taught any sexual things at all. You know, gay, transgender, straight sex, heterosexual. It doesn't matter. They shouldn't be taught it. They're too young. You don't put things in these kids in a malleable mind like that. It's sickening. And I'm glad that I don't have a kid right now because if I would go ballistic. And I've seen the parents that do that, and then they get called terrorists. They get called terrorists because they care about their kids' values. This is what this country has come to. It's sick. It's sick. And we all need to rise up, and we need to unify. We need to unify as a country. You know, look at the border crisis. That's not being covered at all. Good job, Kamala. She's the one in charge of that. Our vice president. You know, you got young girls in the border. You know, being raped. No one wants to talk about that. You know, and then you got gang members, rapists, killers. They're all just coming into the country, no IDs, nothing. They're citizens right away. You know, it doesn't even matter what their record is in Mexico or wherever they're coming from. They just, you want to be an American. You're an American now. Here you go. It's sick, okay? And I'm not saying that, you can't be an immigrant and come to America. I'm all for that, because, we all, in a sense, are immigrants. Dude, my dad was an immigrant. He came from Greece, but they came the right way. They became citizens the right way. And it has to be that way. Or this country is going to tear itself apart from limb to limb. And as all of this is happening, our enemies, so quote unquote, or adversaries, I guess you could call them at this point, because I wouldn't say enemies yet, they're getting stronger. They are unifying, and we are tearing ourselves apart. So what's going to happen when we finally do that? When we're finally in shambles? What do you think? The other countries are going to just stand by and do nothing? No, it's going to be a disaster. And I'm telling you right now, if you guys are so like if you really don't if your idealism is democratic, fine, more power to you. But if you vote for him, then you are the biggest fucking idiot in the world. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's just true. It's not even an opinion at this point. It's fucking facts. This guy is dirty. He's wrong, and he's so old that he doesn't even know what he's saying. They need to literally cut out things that he says. He can't even do live speeches anymore because he's so out there that they're afraid of what he'll say on TV. I mean, I literally watched him. He was supposed to talk about a school shooting, and my heart goes out to those people, the people that lost their lives, the servicemen that lost their lives because some asshole wanted to kill a bunch of people for no reason. And he was supposed to say some words to console the country, and you know what he did? He showboated on the crowd. He tried to make people laugh by talking about ice cream. His favorite flavor is chocolate, everybody. That's what was more important to talk about than the fucking people that died and the people that protected us from homeland terrorism. This is what we got going on in our country, guys. And you know what? Trump needs, and we need Trump. I don't care what anyone says. Trump is going to be our savior, and I promise you, he won. He already did win. This shit was rigged from the beginning. I saw it. I was there. I voted. I've been through this all, and I stand for my country and the values of this country. And I'll be there again, just like everyone else. And we'll all vote for who is right. And we all know who that is, and that's Trump. Trump, first off, has been watched by the FBI. He's been scrutinized for every single thing, and you haven't found one thing to put him in jail yet for. I wonder why. Now, if you watch this fucking guy, I wonder what you would fucking find. But no. They don't even want to do that. But he better fucking watch out if the Republicans win, because he will be investigated. I'm sure of it. And I'm sure they're going to find a lot. Because this dude he's literally anti-American. You can tell he's in it to destroy us. And I may sound like a conspiracy theorist, but think of it this way. I can't even go into a corner store, right, and to buy a fucking Newport, right? Like, I get carded, and I'm 30 years old. I got carded today, right? I couldn't even get my pack of Newports because I didn't have my wallet on me. But now, you can go vote, and you don't even have to prove who you are. I wonder why that is. As the border's being flooded with criminals, And again, if you're an immigrant and you want to be in this country, fine, do your due diligence, get in the country, and become one of us. That's fine. And I'm all for that. But, if you're a fucking rapist gang member, stay the fuck out of our country. It's gonna get bad, ladies and gentlemen. We need to prepare. And again, and it's funny how they talk about how bad the NRA is. If you actually look up the NRA, they teach you about guns. And maybe if you were a little more educated about what a weapon does and how to unload it or put the safety on, maybe there would be less casualties. So that's something to think about too. But no, listen to Biden. Go get yourself a 12 gauge and put a buckshot in it. This is our president. This is our president, guys. It's a fucking disgrace. And if you're a Democrat, and you really are going to sit here and stand behind this guy, then you're blind. You're just blind, and you don't, and you just, it's just a hate thing for Republicans. Maybe I don't know what it is. I can't even call it, because to me it makes zero fucking sense for somebody to actually think, if for 1 second, that this guy should be the leader of our country. And I said this from day one, but this, like the way it's getting now, like it is, it's almost like I'm living in a dream. It's like a parody of America. It's like watching Saturday Night Live of America. But no, Saturday Night Live wants to be all straight left agenda, brainwashing shit. And they want to make fun of Trump. Oh, you got fucking, what's his name, sitting there pretending to be Trump. Guess what, buddy? Maybe if you fucking, learned a little bit and watched the NRA videos, you wouldn't have shot somebody and killed a camera woman during a movie. Yeah, Alec Baldwin, I'm talking about you. Maybe if you knew a little bit about guns, you wouldn't have fucking murdered somebody. But we don't even talk about that either. No one knows about that. Did you guys know that? Alec Baldwin? He's so funny, right? He makes fun of Trump. Oh, I'm Trump. But you took a fucking revolver and you shot a fucking camera woman, and a perfectly fine, successful lady shot in the fucking wherever and got killed because of him. He's a murderer. He should be in jail, and he didn't even get a charge for it. But then you got people kicking soccer balls, little girls kicking soccer balls in the yards, and then their dads get shot 3 times point blank, and a bullet ricochets and hits the girl in the cheek. And I'm sorry, I know I'm pretty on point with that story, but that's how that went. But we don't cover that. We don't cover that because the victims were white. And again, like, we're all the same. We all bleed red. But the Democrats, they want black people to feel like they're the victims because that's part of their agenda. Okay? We all have the opportunities in this country. And if we all unify, then maybe we can do something with ourselves in this country. But it'll never happen with these people in office. So maybe you should think about your political choices a little more, or at least if you're really that against Trump, find a fucking better candidate than fucking Biden at least. I mean, come on. Like I swear to God, this dude, find somebody else smarter than him. There has to be somebody a better candidate than him. Come on, wake up, America! This is sickening. It really is, and I think I've ranted enough about it, and I've made my point. This was this was just supposed to be a funny little video of Biden being an idiot, but at the same time, I'm watching it and I'm just appalled by it because again, I'm a patriot, and this country, we need to heal, and we need to grow back. We need to get back to where we were 4 years ago. Even when the coronavirus was happening, we still had our military. No one would fuck with us. We had a better economy than we did now. The gas prices, we could actually go places without spending all of our money. Like, come on, guys. Come on. You got to admit, the country needs Trump, and God bless Trump and I hope I wish him all the success in the world because he'll do what's right for us. He's a man of the people, and you guys, it's funny how everyone hates him and shit, and I think it's a whole celebrity thing too, and that's how it started too, because he was a celebrity, so all the celebrities are all like, oh, he's fucking asshole. No, 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 he's a smart dude, and he did well. He did right for us. Yeah, and you know why he did it? Because he's not a corrupt politician. He just wanted to change the country, and he went for it. And this is the swamp. And that's exactly what we taught us right-wing people talk about it. And it needs to be drained once more because the swamp has been filled to the gills now. And trust me, when it's time, we will fucking drain that shit. And I will be there for it. And I will be there to check that mark because Trump is our president. He should be still. This should be his term, and we would have been better off for it. But no, you guys had to win it. You had to. You had to rig the fucking election, and it was rigged. I know it was. And if you try to do it again, it's not gonna work. It won't work because I know. I've talked to people. I'm out there. I know I'm on the streets. People are changing their mind, their outlook. Your boy Biden is ruining your party. So maybe you should look for a different representative at the very least. So, and on that point, F Files out.